On June 22, 1941, Nazi Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest military invasion in history. Even though the Soviet Union and Germany had signed a non-aggression pact known as the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, Adolf Hitler's forces turned their attention towards the Soviet Union, aiming to conquer vast territories and eradicate communism. This would become a pivotal and brutal chapter of World War II. Operation Barbarossa involved three powerful German army groups: Army Group North, Army Group Center, and Army Group South. Their objective was to swiftly overcome Soviet resistance, capture key cities and industrial centers, and ultimately reach Moscow. The German invasion plan was meticulously coordinated. Army Group North would advance towards Leningrad, Army Group Center aimed for Moscow, and Army Group South targeted Kiev and the vital resources of Ukraine. The vast Soviet territory stretched their supply lines to the limit. On June 22, 1941, the German forces struck the Soviet Union with overwhelming force. The initial attack caught the Soviets off guard and caused chaos among their defenses. German tanks and infantry swiftly advanced into Soviet territory, rapidly gaining ground. In the early weeks of the invasion, German forces made significant gains. By July 1941, they had captured several key cities, including Minsk, Smolensk, and Vilnius. Soviet troops suffered heavy casualties and faced challenges in coordinating their defense. As the German forces pushed deeper into Soviet territory, partisan warfare erupted behind the lines. Soviet citizens and resistance fighters carried out acts of sabotage, ambushes, and guerrilla attacks against German supply lines, hindering the German advance. The brutal nature of the conflict led to atrocities committed by both sides. One of the most harrowing chapters of Operation Barbarossa was the siege of Leningrad. The city was surrounded and cut off from the outside world for over 870 days. The citizens endured extreme hardships, starvation, and constant bombardment, yet they held on, displaying incredible resilience. Meanwhile, in the east, the Battle of Moscow unfolded. As the winter approached, the German advance towards the Soviet capital slowed due to fierce resistance and the harsh weather conditions. The Soviets launched a counteroffensive in December 1941, halting the German advance and inflicting heavy losses. In 1942, the Battle of Stalingrad became a turning point in the war. The German Sixth Army, under General Friedrich Paulus, was surrounded and besieged by Soviet forces. After months of bitter fighting and extreme casualties, the German army surrendered in February 1943. The battle marked a major shift in momentum, with the Soviets gaining the upper hand. Following the defeat in Stalingrad, the Soviet Union launched a massive counteroffensive. The Red Army, bolstered by fresh troops and supplies from the United States and Britain through the Lend-Lease program, pushed the German forces back and began reclaiming lost territory. Operation Barbarossa, despite initial success, ultimately became a devastating failure for Nazi Germany. The resilience and determination of the Soviet Union, coupled with the harsh climate and the vastness of the country, proved insurmountable for the invading forces. The battle marked a crucial turning point in the war.